Welcome or welcome back to CinePauly Reviews. Let's get this.
La Krista!
Stitch. Let's get this review going. Lilo and Stitch. This is the live-action remake of the 2022 animated version of the same name. It is directed by Fleischer, the same director that directed Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Coming into this movie, I did have a lot of high expectations, but at the same time, kind of didn't want to expect a lot just because we have had Snow White, which we all know that blew a bunch of dick. But surprisingly, it was a good time. It was good enough, which is saying a lot when it comes to Disney live action nowadays. It's like Marvel films. When we had Marvel films, earlier this year and as well as last year, where it just went downhill more and more, and then we got Thunderbolts, where obviously Marvel came back. This is the same thing in a way, but it's good enough to be back. Now, if you are new to the whole Lilo and Stitch, if you haven't seen the animated version, and if you're new to this franchise in general, or this movie in general, then it follows the story of Lilo, a lonely Hawaiian girl, and her unlikely bond with a fugitive alien named Stitch. That's basically the whole plot of it. Stitch kind of crash lands into Hawaii. Lilo and her sister Nani have to kind of raise this alien, this dog alien or alien in general. Obviously there is shenanigans going on, how Stitch is very crazy, very bad, and just gets into a lot of trouble. And the only difference between this and the actual animated version, which they made a lot of changes by the way, is that Nani is trying to do her best to protect Lilo and try to do her best as her sister as well as her guardian, to have this social worker know that she can be responsible for Lilo and try to stay with Lilo. It is a lot about Ohana, means family, and there's a lot of family moments in this with sister and just family itself. There is a lot of changes due to the fact that they wanted this to go straight to streaming in Disney Plus, but they knew that they were gonna make a lot of money if they put this in theaters. And they were right, because when I went to see this film, by the way, I went to go see this film at 10:30 at night, it was still packed. They did have a more low budget, I guess you can say, than Snow White. So obviously they had to cut some stuff. For example, the villain in all this, I don't know his name, but I'll show you right here. The villain right here, he is not in the film. Something about Zach Galifianakis being the villain, it doesn't fit right, and the voice that comes out of this person, this alien, is also not right as well. It wasn't funny, and it was such a bad choice of casting. I do gotta say though, not the whole cast was a mistake, because Billy Magnussen, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, who played Plinky, it was a good choice, because the voice that comes out of that, it's a good choice and a good fit for this character of being, overly extra. Maya, she is such a cutie. She does an amazing job playing Lilo and just pull the heartstrings of America, because honestly there were some moments in this film where with the whole concept of family in Ohana, I was kind of tearing up a little bit, which I didn't think it was gonna happen. As for the sister who plays Nani, the actress, which I know I'm gonna butcher the name, Sydney Guangdong, plays a good, Nani and stuff like that, but there were some scenes that had to change. For example, the scene where Lilo wants to show Nani that Stitch can, open his mouth and there's music comes out. She's amazed at what she's seeing.
Say what?
But in this live action, she is too busy on her phone, and then when Lilo saying, look what Stitch can do, she's just like, oh wow, yeah, well, I'm listening. Wow, that's cool. Wow, okay. Yeah. Anyways, we gotta go. There were so many scenes that they kind of had to skip over. I'm assuming because the low budget, which 100 million being a low budget is crazy talk. Yes, so they did add an extra character, which is the neighbor. I don't know why she's so important in this film, and there's no need for her. But obviously towards the end there is a role for her and she plays a part in this whole film, which, you know, I get it. I understand the reason why they put her in it, because they kind of changed the story a little bit. Just because in the animated version it's all about just family being together, but in this film it's like family kind of separating apart. I didn't think she was needed in general. But of course the main attraction, the main purpose of this film was of Stitch, who the voice actor is the same voice actor that did the animated version, Chris Sanders. He's the person that voiced Stitch in the animated version, the 2002 version, and so he kind of came back and did the voice of Stitch for this film as well. And honestly, I was glad. I enjoyed Stitch. He was funny, he was cute. There were some moments where it was also emotional as well. But Stitch was the main purpose of what I wanted to see, and the CGI was a good CGI when it came to his design. So with that being said, let's do this. Lilo and Stitch. Do I recommend the Disney live action version? Yeah, I do actually. Parents, brothers, sisters that want to bring their little siblings, their nieces, their nephews, whatever, I do recommend it. And even people that grew up on Lilo's stage and they want to go see it as adults, I recommend seeing it, you know? It's a better Disney live action that we finally can have. Score-wise, I would have to give this a 6.5 out of 10, only because I didn't like the fact that they changed so much stuff and they added extra, and the CGI, some of the CGI wasn't correct, and obviously they didn't have the actual villain, which that was the whole point of the villain and the story plot of it. So that's the only reason why I give it a 6.5 out of 10. So that does it for this. Did you guys like the Disney live action of Lilo and Stitch, or did you like the animated version more than the live action? Put your opinions in the comments down below. Guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. As always, I've been Pauly, this has been CinePauly Reviews. That is all, guys.